My husband's still over here to the left, but I've moved the camera if you watched the last two videos. But we're back with a normal video of what I do in this channel, and you can see the dog in the background, and now he's looking at me because I'm talking. What are you doing? Get out of here. But yeah, you can also see the dog. Hi, Lila. But anyway, today we're going to talk about a game that I feel like maybe not a lot of people have played. Why are you listening?
Because I want to be interested and included in your videos.
Technically, you could be included in this video. So I'm talking about Resident Evil Revelations 2. So if you wanted, you could.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, we're going to talk about Resident Evil Revelations 2. Let's move on to the gameplay. So the gameplay for this game is kind of interesting because it is split into the two separate. So the stories, how it works is you only have one person who can shoot, and that is going to be Claire or Barry, depending on which part you're in. The other person, so Moira has a flashlight, she can stun enemies with it, and she has a crowbar that she can hit enemies with. And then Natalia, she can see the zombies even like through, walls, or if they're farther away. She can see them and tell if there's a weak point, and she can point and warn to be like, hey, there's a zombie up ahead. And she can pick up a brick and throw it and also use it as a melee. So the thing is, this game can be played on single player, and it is a lot harder on single player because Barry and Claire will not just shoot of their own accord. You do have to unlock it as like a perk. So I personally kind of recommend, unless you're willing to go through super hard, I personally kind of recommend playing with someone else, or if you're not going to, you definitely need to unlock that perk. But yeah, so you can do it either way. It works like any other, Resident Evil game. You have the basics of, shooting, you can't really jump, all that good stuff, inventory management, herbs. Everything else is the same as like any other Resident Evil game. So first we're going to talk about the story. So how the story goes is it works like, Resident Evil 6, that's one I can think of, Resident Evil 2, where it has, kind of different storylines. So the first one you have is you have Claire and Moira, obviously Claire Redfield, Moira Burton. No, I said that wrong. What's Barry's last name?
Burton.
It is Burton? Okay. Yep. But you have, I just want to make sure I said the right name, because last names matter very much. But, so you have Claire and Moira, they're been kidnapped to this island, and they wake up with these bracelets that, they're figuring out somehow. It seems like the bracelets will link to turning you into zombie-like. You find out it's the T-virus? No, not the T-virus.
It is the T-virus.
It is the T-virus? Okay. You find out through it, like, kind of working with the T-virus, it turns you into that form of zombie that was from, like, Resident Evil 5. So, of course, they're just trying to figure out how to get off. Now, you get off the island. Now, for the other story, you have Barry Burton, and you have a girl named Natalia, whose last name I don't remember, but she's not, like, related to anyone in the main series, so her last name doesn't matter that much. They come, and you find out they're 6 months after Claire and Moira have done, all their adventuring on the island, and Barry's just trying to find Moira. And Natalia, she also has the bracelet and everything, so he's just trying to help her escape off the island. That's really all I can say about the story without giving too much away in spoilers. That is all stuff you find on the first episode, which you can play the first episode for free. There are 4 episodes with 2 parts, because you have the Claire and Moira, and then the Barry and Natalia. So you can play all of episode 1 for free, and then if you like it, go ahead and get the other episodes. That's what we did, is we tested out the first episode. We enjoyed it, so we bought the other 3. So let us move on to now my thoughts and opinions. So I haven't played the first Resident Evil Revelations, and like, they're not connected, so you don't have to have played it. I actually enjoyed this one, and a lot more than I thought I would. Like, I like this better than 5 and even most of 6. Like, honestly think it's a good game. The graphics, you know, they're not the best, but they're not the worst. I do actually really like the menu music, like the main menu music, and then when you're in the picking up, you know, you finish a section in the chapter. I also really like that music. It's got, you know, I think it's a good soundtrack for that. It's a fun game, and it's got the interesting story. Like, they really do hook you in the first one, which makes sense because, you know, if they're giving the first one for free, that's gotta be how they get your attention to make you want to play the game. And there's cool things like, so stuff you do in Claire's run, they can affect berries. So if you kill, you know, some enemies that have like the blob thing, depending on how you kill them, it'll affect Barry's campaign. There are things you can do like, I'm trying to think of one. There's one if you didn't open a gate, it affects Barry's campaign. There's small things like that because it is, you know, the 6 months after, which I think is cool. For gameplay, I mean, it's maybe not the smoothest running, and until you get certain things like more powered up, you can feel kind of useless if you're playing as like Moira, because unless you power up her flashlight fully and her crowbar fully, you're kind of useless and can get killed pretty quick and can't do too much. So the nice thing is, though, the partner does automatically just regenerate health if enough time goes by without them getting attacked, and that's pretty easy to do, so that way you don't have to worry, you know, instantly always about them dying, even if you are playing on single. And it also works in 2-player as well, because like if I was starting to get hurt, I just kind of stand off to the side for like 5 seconds and then be fully healed and be fine, while my husband was the only one who was having to use any really healing items, or I'd just have them to heal him real quick if he needed them. You know, it's just basic stuff like that. The brick with Natalia, I mean, we didn't fully upgrade it, so I don't know how well that ever works. Her vision thing, though, oh my goodness, if you upgrade it to 200%, is crazy, because if you crouch, you can see further, but like, if you fully upgrade it, it's ridiculous how much you can see, and it's kind of OP in some ways, because it lets you really prepare for what's coming ahead, and you can see if they're like laying on the floor, you know, their weak spot. It's all good stuff. But there also is the enemy that is invisible and only Natalia can see it, like see that color thing of it, that it's there, and you just have to kind of point, and that's hard to do because I'm sitting there trying to like point and then have the same, like, looking at it from the same spot where he is, so we can kind of look at my screen, but then also kind of trying to tell him where it is. And Natalia does give you hints like more left, up, down, whatever, like in game she'll kind of help a little. And it is an instant death. It takes a while to get to you because it's an instant death, and it is harder to see due to the fact it's invisible, and you're just counting on either just an AI or then the person you're playing with to be able to point you to where it is. So honestly, I'm gonna give this game a 7 out of 10, because like I said, I actually enjoyed it. We both enjoyed it more than we thought we would, so it's definitely better than some of the other Resident Evil games. But anyway, go ahead and like this video. If you liked it, leave a comment down below saying if you played this one, or maybe if you played Revelations, or just what your favorite Resident Evil game is, you know, whatever you want to say. If you want to see what is going on with videos, day-to-day life and everything, or yeah, I guess kind of day-to-day, go ahead and follow my Twitter down below. If you want to see pictures of the dog, go ahead and follow my Instagram. I do plan on some point probably starting to stream on Twitch. I just don't know when that's going to be, so I'll leave the link down below, and once I get it figured out, I will mention it. But I also, in case, you know, you haven't noticed, there is a slight change on my channel. I still upload Monday and Friday, but I'm now also uploading Wednesday, and Monday and Wednesday are going to be Let's Play videos, because the game I'm playing, Persona 5 The Royal, is going to take a minute to get through it, so, you know, definitely wanted to make sure I was uploading 2 parts of that a week, because it's going to take a minute. But Friday is still going to be the normal videos like this. That's going to stay consistent like that. And if I ever feel like it, but I just really haven't done much of it, uploading a vlog whenever. That is going to be it for today's video, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Bye.